Hi everyone, my name is Caleb Gambo. I'm glad to be part of the show. Thank you, Talk to BCC, for the opportunity to be on this show.
Let it, bang, bang.
Okay, being a full-time instrumentalist can be really challenging when you're a full-time instrumentalist without any side job doing. Now, one of the most challenging aspects of it is you thinking about meeting your basic needs when it comes to other needs that has to do with your personal life. It's really challenging when you focus your attention being a full-time instrumentalist in a particular church or in a music setting. Secondly, as a music or as an instrumentalist, full-time instrumentalist, you need time and you need capacity building skills. You need opportunities to explore other new innovations and to build your capacity in the aspect of instrument playing. Now, without any financial stipend or compensation, meeting those aspects won't be possible because you need maybe courses online, go on seminars, go for trainings. Now, without you having financial support to meet that, your growth will be stagnant and you won't be too committed to what you're doing, because without the financial opportunity, there might be possibility that your attention will be divided and you won't be too committed to what you're doing as a full-time instrumentalist. Sure, I've been a full-time instrumentalist by privilege of grace in one or two worship centers where I worship, and it's been an awesome experience or opportunity to serve God in that capacity as a full-time instrumentalist. Now, paying an instrumentalist stipend is a challenge in our churches today because traditionally most people think paying an instrumentalist in a church is not gospel, it's not biblical, and it's not supposed. There are a lot of arguments about this, but come to think of it, without paying an instrumentalist in the church, reflecting in the old days, we know of the Levites, people that are consecrated and set aside for these services in the temple. They are in charge of playing instruments and musicals when it comes to sacrifice, doing rituals and the rest. Now, even as such, they are full-time into that ministry. There are other means of which they were being compensated for because they are fully into that. Now, looking at the scriptures, let's talk about the scriptures. Looking at Numbers 18, when you read downward, you'll see where there are tithes and portions of sacrifice or other offerings that are being set aside for Levites that are fully into that ministry. Now, people find it difficult to accept the fact that instrumentalists should be compensated with a stipend because they think it's not gospel. I duly want them to reflect back to the lives of the Levites who are set aside for such ministry, and a portion of sacrifice brought to the temple is being allocated to them to meet up to their personal needs. So paying an instrumentalist is a challenge in our today's church, but when you reflect back to the scripture, you will see that there's a need for it. Even at the time of the old, this has been done. But mostly these days, they think it's not gospel, it's not realistic, it's not Christianity to compensate an instrumentalist. Yes, it might not be, but to come to think of it, in a church where we have administration, when they do pay those administrative staff now, an instrumentalist or somebody who is fully into the ministry may think that there is partiality or there's no equality when it comes to compensation or paying of stipends. So also an admin work has to do with commitment. Likewise, an instrumentalist, he commits his time, he sacrifices energy, his skills to be a full-time instrumentalist, and I think there's a need to compensate such sacrifice. Even though the scripture makes us to understand that yes, our act of worship has to come with sacrifice, but we know there are other things, basic needs that a full-time instrumentalist do have that the church needs to look into. But most of these days, it's now a challenge giving stipend to instrumentalists.
Let it, bang, bang.